Oh, very fun. Looks like a blast for Sarah Freemark. 9:20 a.m. and Brandy McDevitt from Tummy Thyme is here with me. Good morning to you.
Hi.
Hi. We were talking about early childhood food habit development, basically, right?
Yes.
So that it is, and would you call it a habit, or would you kind of categorize it as something else?
Well, I mean, every baby has to start eating, right?
Right.
So it's just part of the normal process, and I mean, we just are there to help encourage people to start off on the right foot.
I think we read headlines all the time that say, you know, we're getting unhealthier, that we are not paying attention to our bodies these days. And I think that a lot of people look at their baby as a blank slate with a chance to do something here.
Absolutely.
Where they're, maybe we can start changing that dynamic.
Absolutely.
And that's what this is about. What ages are we talking about this morning?
So ideally, you're waiting till about 6 months of age before you start feeding your baby.
Right.
Some kids might start a little bit earlier and a little bit later. You're looking for other signs, things that they've got good head control, that
Right.
they can sit, that they show interest in food.
Okay, and that's the number one thing I found with our little guy. We started just looking at things going, oh, and
Yes.
you're like, okay, if you're interested in it, maybe we'll give you a little bit.
Absolutely.
What should people be thinking about, parents be thinking about as they introduce?
So traditionally, it's been sort of an iron-fortified rice cereal that's been recommended. The language has sort of changed in terms of the Canadian guidelines. We're still looking for something that's high in iron, and you could try something that's a cereal.
Folks would often just call that pablum sometimes, right?
Yes, traditionally they
Okay.
did call it pablum.
So you don't have to go to that. There are
No,
options.
absolutely not.
Okay.
So you don't even need to try rice. You can try something with a little bit more fiber, like a barley or
Ooh,
oatmeal.
yum.
And these particular brands are nice because it's just the grain and it's just the iron that's in there.
Okay.
Potentially, you could make your own cereal with something like a quinoa flake or an oat.
Look
that
at
has-
quinoa. It's so versatile, right?
Yep,
It's an
it's
amazing
everywhere
thing.
now. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's interesting for parents to know, because I don't think a lot of people, I think we work off tradition almost all the time. Well, my mom did
Absolutely.
this, so I'm going to do this.
Yep.
So feel free to break that mold and start very healthy quinoa. Everybody talking about it, how
Yes.
good that is for you. So we move
Absolutely.
on. It looks like
You
to
could-
what?
Yeah, so you could also try some lentils or legumes. These are really easy to cook. Or you could try a canned brand. We like this particular brand because it's a no salt added option.
Yes.
And the can is also BPA free, which is a nice addition.
That is,
as
and
well.
so you're talking about fairly high protein here too,
Absolutely.
right? Okay.
Protein and iron as well.
Fruits, my little guy, he's 3.5, so, but since day one, since he ever put eyes on fruit, he has loved it.
Yes.
And no exception here, it's
No,
fine.
It's great. And apricots particularly are another great source of iron. And if you're adding cereal, it's a great addition to a cereal to add extra flavor in there, which in terms of establishing healthy eating, that's a great
This
thing
seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, it easily could be, I am often, that you would wait a little bit before adding a chewier fruit like
so
this.
this actually you steam up.
Oh, okay.
And it becomes nice and soft and plump, and you
Okay.
can puree it or mince it, whatever you want to do with it
Yeah,
at that
because
point.
I would think this is something that you want things that are able to be gummed
Yes.
into.
Yeah, you wouldn't give this to a baby right from the get-go, but you would puree it.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So we move on.
Yeah, some other fruits and vegetables that are high in vitamin C helps your body to use the iron that's in these foods a little bit better. So a nice variety there that we've got some sweet potato squash.
Excellent.
In terms of adding in flavor, we also talk about using maybe potentially a low sodium broth or lots of herb and spices. So for example, if you're making your carrots for your baby, adding in some dill, maybe adding some cinnamon to an apple.
Interesting. Yeah, and really exposing them early, right? Is that what it's about?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. And then here I've got some idea of a family meal. So potentially this is a chickpea, carrots, and parsnip. So potentially that could be a side dish for your entire family. Or I've showed you how you can break it down into more of sort of a mince texture and then a puree texture for the beginner eater. So potentially this is a one-pot meal that can be good for the entire family.
I absolutely love that. We're moving on with Tummy Thyme. In the next segment, we're going to talk about foods for older kids, where I am at with my little guy, 3.5, so like 1 to 6, somewhere in there. So we'll be talking about that, some very good information, which can be found at tummythyme.com, right? Thank you very much. We'll be back with more as we continue to try and make our kids' lives better than ours. That's what it's about. We're back on CTV Morning Live.